let's talk about monitoring spirit. So you guys have heard me speak about monitoring spirit in my reading, but some of you have asked me to do a reading about what they are, why they're here, and some signs that monitoring spirit may be present in your life, right? So I do have some notes here. I don't want to miss anything. So if you see me looking down at that is why. But let's talk about it. So what are monitoring spirits? These are literally spirits that are sent to monitor you. Okay. Now why, you may ask? Well, they're here to facilitate in spiritual attack, to delay success, or destiny swap, or ruin somebody's life, okay? You will notice an influx of these spirits, especially if you're under spiritual attack. Now, these spirits can come in the form of people you know. It can even come in the form of like cockroaches, flies, okay? But you know what? With the cockroaches and the flies, that is more a sign when monitoring spirits are around, okay? So, for example, say you're having a conversation with somebody and all of a sudden you have like a fly around you or around them, that's a sign that this person is monitoring spirits, right? So, let's get into some signs of monitoring spirits, right? So, these spirits, these people will always ask you why, when, how, and what you're up to. Also, who are you with, okay? They're very intrusive with always trying to figure out information about you, always trying to kind of gather information, right? These are also the same people that are bringing up your past. You may notice that they're always explaining something that you have done previously or bringing up something that you have done, right? These are people that will literally show you that they are gathering information on you, okay? So they're people that literally just need to know everything about your life, okay? Now, another thing about them is you're going to feel dis-ease, okay? When you answer a question from a monitoring spirit, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel guilty. You're going to regret telling them whatever you've told them, okay? You're going to have a very icky feeling right after you guys have had the conversation, right? Pay attention to little thought, but I wish I didn't say that. Why did I hold that? That is literally your inner guidance showing you that you should not be talking too much to this person, especially about your goals and things that you want to achieve, right? So they're also always in your business, but they're very secretive about what's going on with them, right? So, for example, this is the person that's always asking, where were you today? Who were you with? What were you doing? But if you ask them the same question, you will be met with answers like, oh, nothing, or I don't know, or they don't want to speak about it, and it's very obvious, okay? People that use your information against you, okay? So if you tell somebody something and then they're always bringing it up, or they're using it against you, or they're telling other people, okay, that's another sign of a monitoring spirit. So also, this is a big one. They're always keeping tabs on you and your social media, but they never congratulate you or they never say anything, okay? So you may notice that you post something on social media, especially but a story, like for example, you post a story on Instagram or Snapchat, and then they're always the first person to look at it, or they're one of the first people to look at it, but they never have anything to say. So if you are somebody that, say you've just gone through a major loss, right? And they see it, but they have nothing to say about it, okay? But they always will see it. Another thing is you do not want to post on social media because of these people. So you really need to analyze, especially if you're somebody that, say you post on social media, or you post a photo on Instagram, okay, or you post a story, but in the back of your mind, maybe you want to block that person, okay? Maybe there's somebody that you feel will judge you, or maybe you feel like you don't want to put this up because of this one person. Big sign that I'm monitoring spirits, okay? I mentioned this before, but seeing fly, fruit fly, and cockroaches all a sign that you have monitoring spirits around you, okay? So another one is you always feel like something or somebody is watching you. So maybe you are in the comfort of your own home, no one's around, but you feel like somebody's watching you, right? This could be like a paranormal thing. Like you feel like, why do I feel the presence of somebody? That's a sign that you have monitoring spirits around. And then you also dream of people watching you, just watching you and not saying anything. Okay? Now, on the topic of dreams, I also want to bring up that a very popular dream that you may have, okay, and a lot of people that dealing with monitoring spirit actually do go through this. You will have a dream that you need to go to the bathroom, but the bathroom is like in a public place, okay? And then you have people watching you, okay? Even if you don't go to the bathroom in the dream, like the bathroom will be in a public place, like you may just see like a toilet somewhere random, okay? But there's no, like it's not a private thing, right? And you will always have people watching you, okay, when you use the bathroom or not. That is a really big sign that you have monitoring spirits around you. So let's get into the more intuitive side of it, okay, the intuitive feeling, right? So you naturally want to spell quiet, okay? So say you're in a group of people and for some reason you don't want to talk. For some reason you feel like you need more quiet. For some reason you don't want to interact with this group. Biggest sign, that is one of the biggest signs that you're dealing with monitoring spirit, is you not wanting to speak. Especially if you're somebody that you're out there, okay? You're very confident. You have no issue with speaking. But if you're around certain people, it's like you want to keep your mouth shut. Pay attention, okay? Going back to the social media thing, feeling embarrassed when you're posting on social media. Okay? Now this is you picking up on negative perception from other people. But say you post something and all of a sudden you feel embarrassed. And it's always to do with one person too. Or it could be a group too, like you may have a fair few monitoring spirits around you depending on who you are, what you're doing. I just think 808. But it's like you feel embarrassed to even post, right? A very strong feeling of wanting to get away from people. So you're in a group and on a subconscious level you're picking up on these monitoring spirits. So you may even start making excuses as to why you need to leave or you need to sneak a wall. Okay? It's like you do not want to be there. Okay? Pay attention to the intuitive feeling. Again, you feel disgusted if you share anything. Okay? And not to, normal people, like, who we play with normal people that are not monitoring you, right? But you kind of feel disgusted and wrong when you do share information with these certain people. And you feel very uneasy around them. Also, you see them in your dream, okay? So these people might directly just be in your dream and I will mention like they're staring at you. So another sign that monitoring spirits are around you is random people will start to ask you things. Random people. Okay, for example, say you are getting food or something and you're dealing with somebody that's working in customer service. All of a sudden they're asking you things. All of a sudden they're asking you, where have you been? Like, where do you live? What are you doing? Or just pay attention to those types of questions. Even if the person maybe they don't know. On a subconscious level, these people that are carrying out this, being a monitoring spirit, usually don't know that they're doing that. Okay, but they have to be very careful with the energy that they're entertaining, because you could be the most private person in the world, and then you may notice that people around you are just acting different. Okay, so that's a sign that you have monitoring spirit around you. So these monitoring spirits will come just before a major breakthrough. That's when they're present. Okay, they're always trying to figure out what you're doing next. Okay, and what's happening in your life. You may feel like you maybe overshare with these people, or you want to overshare with these people, but you really need to take a step back, because you have to understand that just before a major breakthrough, you will deal with these monitoring spirits. And just before a major breakthrough, you will notice groups of monitoring spirits coming through, groups of them. Okay, now what do they look like? They can come in any form, right? But the most popular ones are exes, ex-friends, okay? But they can also look like people around you that maybe one time you felt comfortable around, now you no longer feel comfortable around, okay? Or they could even come in random people. So your privacy is your protection, especially if you're unaware. These monitoring spirits, as I mentioned, they facilitate spiritual attacks. They facilitate ruining things, okay, delaying success, right? And it really goes back to it's kind of like the same energy where when you're manifesting something or you're about to do something and you tell somebody about it and then it doesn't come through anymore. Say you get a massive opportunity and you go tell somebody about it, right? And then all of a sudden it falls through. Okay? That's an example of monitoring spirits and how they work. So your privacy is your protection. You want to be very private with what you're doing. Okay, you want to be very private with even the good things in your life, the people that you're hanging around. Okay, if you are in, say you meet somebody and there's a new relationship, okay, you want to be very quiet about it, right? Because you will have energy trying to distract you, energy trying to destroy things for you, right? Some people, again, they'll be manifesting something and they tell people about it, but it never comes to fruition. And it's literally because these monitoring spirits are trying to figure out what you're doing so they can delay it. You also have to be careful because some people will come in and try to destiny swap. I'm going to do a separate video on destiny swapping and what that is and how that works, okay? But some people want to destiny swap, like they want your life, okay? And the way that they can do this is through monitoring spirit. That's the people that start to try to copy you and try to embody your energy, right? So as I mentioned, your privacy is your protection. And if you can, even if you have the habit of oversharing, you need to, especially if you're somebody or resonate with this video, you're somebody that has a very strong purpose, right? It is for your protection that you keep these things to yourself until they come to fruition. For example, you have a massive opportunity. Do not even say anything. Even if you're excited, do not say anything until it comes to fruition. Right? You're manifesting something. Do not even say anything. Right? Because you will have energy try to distract you, delay you, things falling through. And this is a very spiritual monitoring spirits are very spiritual. Okay? They're used by witches, literally by witches, but you don't need to be getting attacked by a witch or anything like that, don't get me wrong. But they are used by people that practice those types of energies, okay, to try to figure out what you're doing. So then they know where to like kind of send the spiritual attack. So the best thing to do here is to really observe, Okay, if you're having a bad feeling about somebody, if you don't want to be around somebody, if you feel like you need to shut your mouth around somebody, then shut it. Because you do not need these spirits in your life delaying you. Okay, you do not need these people, and again, these could even be your friends, okay, or a group of people. So you want to be very private with things that you're manifesting, private with things that are coming into your life. Anything good, you want to be private, especially if you're somebody that maybe there's somebody that wants to kind of delay you or something like that. Okay? So that's all I have for you guys. If it resonated, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.